Good morning, students of class 10. Welcome back to the online classes now. Let's continue our history. The age of industrialization. We have reached over here 1.2. The pace of industrial change. It has 4 phases. Now let's go through these various phases one by one. First phase. During the first phase, growing at a rapid pace. In our previous class we have talked about the landscape, rural landscape of England was dotted with cotton textile industries, and these industries were run by with the help of a steam engine. Growing at a rapid pace, cotton textile mills. Cotton was the leading sector in the first phase of industrialization. First phase of industrialization, cotton mills were set up one after another, and we have seen that in our previous class. Richard Arkwright was the first person to create a mill. So now after that, one after another, more and more industries were set up. That was the first phase, leading sector, cotton textile mills. The first phase of industrialization up to 1840. Up to 1840, cotton textile mills were set up at various places. Then followed the iron and steel industry. After 1840 started the iron and steel industries, because they needed the machineries to produce machines. So iron and steel industries were set up. With the expansion of railways in England and in the colonies, expansion of railways in England and colonies, from 1860s, the demand for iron and steel increased rapidly. There was a great demand for iron and steel as England had colonies all over the world, and in the colonies railways were set up, and in the England itself expansion of railways, railway tracks were laid, railway engines were made, manufactured. So there was a great demand for iron and steel from 1860s. By 1873, you can see that within a very short period, within 13 years, by 1873, Britain was exporting iron and steel worth 77 million pounds. Britain or England was exporting iron and steel worth 77 million pounds, double the amount of cotton export, double the value of cotton export. That means they started exporting iron and steel, which is more beneficial for them than cotton export. Cotton means cotton textiles, manufactured finished goods. So now you can see that was the first phase. In the second phase, now you can see that this is the first phase, cotton and iron and steel. The dates are given over here. In the second phase, the new industries, technologically advanced industries, very expensive machines were set up for manufacturing. We have, in our previous class, we have talked about production was brought under one roof and this and that. So now, number one, the new industries could not easily displace traditional industries. Though new industries were set up and manufacturing was done, they could not displace immediately the traditional industries or cottage industries. The products were manufactured in the countryside, that they were not displaced immediately. They were displaced slowly. By 19th century, less than 20% of the factory workers, was employed in technologically advanced industrial sector. This shows that most of the workers manufactured goods in the countryside, rural areas. Only less than 20% people worked in industrial sectors, technologically advanced industrial sectors. Less than 20% were the people worked there during 19th century. Large portion means large part of the output was produced not in big factories but in domestic units in rural areas. Most of the production was done in rural areas. Even though technologically advanced industries were set up, most of the production was done in domestic units in the rural areas. Less than 20% people worked in the industry, big industries, factories, but most of them they work in the at home in cottage industry. So now we'll talk about more in the next classes about third phase, fourth phase, and something more about apart from those things. So now we'll talk about in our next class. Thank you for watching the video, and that's all for today. Thank you. Stay safe and study regularly at home. That's all.